feel like something happened over the weekend that we need to talk about.
Well, what happened over the weekend?
The return of rocking some bell bottoms.
Ah,
You gonna wear some bell bottoms from now on?
nah.
What?
No, I'm good with my
Come on.
Levi's, man.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
good with my Levi's.
Andrew, Artie Familia, I know you vatos are going to be rocking some bell bottoms, man. After that halftime show, I mean, you guys are going to be rocking bell bottoms. I can see it now, man. You guys going to be out there like Saturday Night Fever doing the John Travolta. Hitting some bell bottoms, man. All right, let's get into it. We actually got the game playing on in the background, man, just so we could, just it digested, but just so we could get it again. Just so
going for seconds, like a Thanksgiving dinner. You're going for seconds.
You got to go for seconds, man.
Yeah,
you got to go for seconds. You go to the restroom, make a little bit of room, and then go back for seconds.
I don't care how big my plate is. I'm definitely going for seconds every single time.
All right, man. What's going on with everybody? So happy Kansas City lost. Damn, people are so evil.
Haters. And I agree. I'm glad that Kansas City lost too. I'm a hater too. All right. I'm not an exception. I'm glad that Kansas City lost. So, it was kind of refreshing, honestly.
It was all right. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. Let's put Calavera aside here. I just don't want to knock him over or anything. He'll haunt me at nighttime. All right. So let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. Okay. Before we get to the game, I just want to go ahead and say this was the most least interested Super Bowl I have ever came across, because let me tell you guys why. I did not watch not a single second, not one, Eric, not 1 second of the pregame of anything.
Wow.
Nothing. You know how there's coverage from like 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
I didn't watch not a single second. I was watching that OJ Simpson Netflix special all the way.
Got the priorities straight.
I got my priorities straight, man. I wanted to see the juice. So in a way, I was, connected with football. And, that had to do with something else in his life. I was there for the football, but I was watching that until it was time for me to get ready. I went to a VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, to go watch it. I arrived there right when it was time to sing the national anthem. I did not watch a single. Usually, I'm all over it.
You didn't want to see the pre-show with TB12, and when I say TB12, I mean Terry Bradshaw. You didn't see any of that?
I did not see any of it.
I didn't either. I mean, I usually don't watch the pre-shows for the most part. I didn't really care about the Super Bowl either. I really didn't. So I wasn't hyped for it. I did watch it. I know I was saying maybe I'm not going to watch it. Maybe I'm so much of a hater that I won't watch it. I'm not as big as a hater as I thought I was. So.
Okay. So, and by the way, after the game was over, I watched it when they presented Jalen Hurts or the coach and Jalen Hurts the Lombardi Trophy, and that was it. Even till now, I have not seen any post-show anything. That's never happened to me before. It's never happened to me before. That's just to let everybody know how disinterested. Other than that, I did watch the entire thing. I did watch the commercials. I did watch the halftime show, and we're gonna get to it all. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so it starts off with Maverick, Tom Cruise, baby, giving a soliloquy. Just pumping you up for the game and everything. Like, okay. All right, man. So, Eric, the beginning of the game, Eagles get the ball first. What was your thoughts? I think that's what you wanted, right? You wanted them to receive the ball first?
Yeah, just to set up the tempo. It's not that they were on the road or anything like that, but in a playoff game, you want to start off strong. You want to You want to strike first blood. And the Eagles had a chance to do that, and they did exactly what I said they were going to do. First play, they gave the ball to Saquon Barkley. That is exactly what I thought they would do, and it was the best. It was a better move.
They didn't score on their first drive. I think they scored on their second drive because KC gets the ball, defense stops KC, then Eagles get the ball, and then they scored. Am I right on that?
Something like that. But I just know once the Eagles started scoring, that flipped the switch. They were on and going after they scored. Once they scored, that was it. I mean, Kansas City had no answer for the Eagles at all.
Okay. What was it about KC? Because I hear a lot of people talking about the offensive line, but they've had that offensive line, man. They got the Eagles defense got to Patrick Mahomes, what, 5 times? 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, they got to him a couple times.
Like, okay,
with no rope in the passer calls too. How about that?
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. But okay, is there something wrong with KC's offensive line, or was the defensive line just that good?
No, the Eagles were the superior team. They were just a superior team. Maybe the defensive schemes were just so good that the Chiefs just had no. Honestly, man, the Eagles just asserted their dominance over the Chiefs. That's really it. We saw the better team win. There's no question about it. I know last time they played each other in the Super Bowl, there was question because of that holding call that wasn't a holding that wound up deciding the game. There was none of that this time. None of it. So it's just, the Eagles were just better. And Patrick Mahomes, you can't expect him to have a great game every single time he goes out there for a Super Bowl. So that's what happens.
Did he? Okay. Well, okay. You don't expect him to have a great game. Did he have a decent game, a good game? I mean,
nah.
Okay. All right. So he had a bad game, but that was because of the Eagles defense.
And because of them too, obviously. The Chiefs looked defeated. Like most of the time they were out there. When they got down, it was over by halftime. And what I mean, it was no.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
The score wasn't over there. It was what, 24-0 at halftime?
It was something like that.
It was 24-0 at halftime. If you go back and look at the expressions on the Chiefs' face, Travis Kelce and the rest of the Chiefs players, they looked defeated. They did.
You know what's crazy is that Travis Kelce should have kept his hair short because the longer hair just made him look so much more sad. I don't know what it was. It just did because it's, obviously he's wearing a helmet. It's not combed. It just made him look sadder. Like going into halftime, he takes the helmet off and it just makes him look like, wow, you are defeated. If he had the buzz cut, I think he would have, been feeling himself a little bit more. You look good, you feel good.
The expression said it all, man. And you know what? Okay, you asked me about Patrick Mahomes right now. We're watching the game again.
Yeah.
So I just saw him force a throw that turned into an interception. He was forcing things. I mean, he was trying to make things happen. Granted, running all over the place, but forcing stuff in double coverage, triple coverage, that's not going to work.
Going into halftime, because it was already, they already had a pretty good lead. Did you think that KC was going to come back? Did you think that the Eagles already had it in the bag?
I mean, look, it's the Chiefs. They've come back from a pretty big deficits. To start off this dynasty, they were down 24-0 against the Texans back when Deshaun Watson was a quarterback, right, for the Texans. They came back and blew out the Texans. So it's not that they can't come back from those huge deficits, from 3-possession deficits, but I don't know, man. It was a different Chiefs that we saw on Sunday.
Even though going into halftime, I was still thinking like the Chiefs are going to find a way to get back in.
I didn't think it was over.
No, I didn't think so either. In a way, I wasn't wrong. I'm good at giving myself credit, right? And I wasn't wrong. I said it was gonna be a blowout.
And you're kind of wrong. You're half.
I said it was gonna be a blowout.
You were half right. I'll
I,
give you that. You were half right.
let's just stick to the whole part where I said it was gonna be a blowout. I was right. I
This
said,
guy has to.
well, I did say
Find a
that.
way.
Go back.
No, you did.
Go back to last week. I said it was gonna be a blowout. We don't need to, pay attention to what team,
The
whatever.
other factors of
I mean,
Doesn't matter. All right.
What do we get? Split hairs here? I said it was gonna be a blowout. Let's not split hairs. Come on,
Right.
man. That's what I'm saying, man. Trying to take credit away from this guy, man. I'm losing something tonight already. So let's take it easy. My emotions, man. All right. My feelings here are already a little bit crushed. All right. So going into the fourth quarter, was it over for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. You know what? Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett.
All right, let's talk about that.
Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
Kenny franchise, the guy who was supposed to be the guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He threw a pass in the Super Bowl in a Philadelphia Eagles jersey, and he took the final snap and final kneel down for the Super Bowl to clinch it. How does that make you feel?
Okay. So okay, watching the game, right? I was like, I told my homie, I'm like, if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm saying, let me go out there and take the last snap.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. I'm like, let me get the last snap. Now, yeah, have Kenny Pickett in there, for all the garbage time. But the very last play, get him out of there.
I agree.
I want to take that knee. And then everybody's all like, why? Let Kenny Pickett get his knee dirty. I'm like, no, man, that's my need to get dirty. That's my snap right there. That's my victory. How did it make me feel? I mean, to be honest, I completely forgot he was even with the Eagles. Okay. But when I saw him get in there, I'm like, Kenny, I mean, you're a backup. You're a bench warmer. Go get it, man. I was okay with it. That was fine. Super Bowl winning champion, Kenny Pickett, man. What's your feelings on it?
Well, Kenny Pickett has more playoff wins than the Steelers do in the last 10 years.
Ooh.
He has more Super Bowl wins than the Steelers do in the last 10 years.
Ooh.
And yeah, all he had to do was take one knee.
Damn, shots fired.
It's true.
Wow.
I'm not lying.
Man,
I stated
wow.
nothing but facts here. All right. So maybe the Steelers were the problem after all. Who knows? I don't know, man. I just thought it was ironic and kind of funny that, Juju was out there too with the Chiefs. So two former Steelers one of them was gonna win a Super Bowl. So that's something.
Andrew, I do want to talk about that in just a minute. I do want to talk about that, man. Okay, so the interception, what's his name? Dejan?
I forgot.
Man, this dude picks it off. We got a shot out.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We got a shot out. We got pick six, man, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, we got a shot out. Pick six, man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate it, man. Moving on up, doing bigger and better things. All right, let's okay. Let's talk about this right here. Chiefs didn't win 3 Super Bowls in a row with 3 laughing faces because Andrew is an evil man. I don't know what life ever did to you, Andrew, but you're an evil man. Okay. We were robbed on Sunday.
Oh, God.
Okay. We were, man. We could have seen history be made. There's not a little bit of ounce in you where you're like, I could have seen history and now it's never gonna happen.
My honest answer from the bottom of my heart,
Yes.
no. No. It was too controversial of a run. Okay? Way too controversial of a run. Again, you go back to a lot of ref ball, which actually
Okay.
no. I'm gonna say
Okay.
this.
We just saw something right now, and I was just like, "That's BS."
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
There wasn't much ref ball in this game, at least not too much that I saw. Okay, that one was a makeup call for that, for one of the stupid calls that they made earlier.
Finish your point. Finish your point. I got something to say.
But there really wasn't much ref ball for the most part, other than the first two calls from the officiating crew. That's all I'm saying. But for the majority of their run, for this back-to-back Super Bowl champs, the officiating was terrible. And it benefited the Chiefs. I'm keeping it real. That's what I saw, especially in that Houston Texans game and in that Buffalo Bills game. That is for sure. That's it. I'm gonna keep it nice and mellow.
Let me be the voice of reason here. Okay. Not all this anger built up that obviously you guys did not read behind their helmets where it says choose love. All right. I'll get to that in a second too. This game, there was ref ball in favor of the Eagles.
Okay.
Come on now, keep it real. Come on, we're gonna keep it real or not? We're not gonna keep it real. The Eagles weren't getting some calls their way, and it's like, whoa, wait a second, come on. It was almost like the refs felt the heat from the fans, from all the critics, from pick six, which matters to them the most. And they're like, okay, you know what? They overcompensated and actually had ref ball going in the Eagles' favor. No?
That's a decent conspiracy theory, man.
Oh, it's just decent. So there might be something there.
I don't know. I didn't see. It wasn't obvious to me.
Come on,
It wasn't
man.
that obvious to me. It wasn't that obvious to me.
I guarantee you, if those same calls went on the Chiefs, everybody would have been up in arms. You see, complete ref ball. But because it was the other way around, now it's just kind of like, perhaps.
I think the NFL's paying this guy.
Oh,
I think the NFL's paying this guy. They want him to protect Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the Chiefs dynasty still.
listen,
It's still a dynasty. It's still a dynasty. You know, we can't say that the dynasty's over. I mean, it's only been 1 year that they didn't win a Super Bowl, and they still went to the big game. Okay, give it a couple more seasons. If they don't win anything, then that's the end of the dynasty. But it's still very much on right now.
Andrew, we're getting further and further away from that. The longer this conversation goes, man. Look, I'm telling you guys, man. If a lot of those calls was for KC, I guarantee it. Everybody would have been up in arms talking about how much the refs were helping the Chiefs out. But the shoe went on the other foot, and now it's just kind of like, who cares? How does it feel, KC? Like, it's like,
Oh, sure, yeah. Man, the officiating was so bad when they played the Texans and when they played the Bills. It was so bad. It was so bad.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm specifically talking about the Super Bowl, about the biggest game in America. I really saw overcompensation on the refs actually giving it to the opposing team, in this case, it being the Eagles, and people not saying a freaking word about it. I'm gonna be real. Not because Patrick Mahomes is my homie.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Not for that reason. not because I wanted to see, a proposal, not for any of that, but because I'm actually going to be real. There was a lot of calls. I was there. I was watching it. And there was quite a few calls. Maybe I shouldn't say a lot of calls, but there was a good handful. And I was there. I was watching it, and I'm like, that's a BS call. Oh, who did favor? The Eagles. Okay, so nobody cares. And then there was another call. Oh, that was a BS call. Oh, but it favors the Eagles. So again, nobody cares. Okay, all right. And then again, I'm like, and I just thought in my head, had it been the other way around, oh my goodness, dog, everybody would have been just, blowing up.
He's very defensive over this too, which is making it very suspicious. Because when we were talking about it, when it was the other way around, he was giving the Chiefs benefit of the doubt a little bit.
I was simply just saying, could it be coincidence?
No.
When it was the Chiefs?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Okay,
That's my opinion, though.
Okay, everybody go back and watch the Super Bowl and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I guarantee everybody already has joined the Swifty team. I'm telling you guys. Look, nonetheless, man, I'm actually the Eagles surprised the heck out of me. I mean, I didn't give them a chance. I didn't. I thought the Chiefs were going to spank them, man. Dude, those Eagles played their hearts out, man.
Yeah, they had the eye of the tiger. Like I said, I mean, the Chiefs, they weren't really impressive this year. They really weren't. And I'm not being a hater. I'm saying that because I actually believe that they weren't really all that impressive. They were just getting by every single team they were playing, except for the Steelers for some reason. They had to blow them out on Christmas Day, which maybe I'm a little bit bitter over that still. But every single team that they played, no matter if it was the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, it didn't matter who they were playing. They were just getting by, barely winning. And then the Eagles come around. They've been smacking teams. Not every single team, but, they've been doing their thing all year. Yeah, they were just a superior team.
After seeing what you saw, do you think the Lions would have done the same thing?
No, they were too injured. They probably could have won, yeah. I think I would have given them a decent shot to win, but I don't think they would it wouldn't have been a blowout. No.
I'll tell you this, man. Even though it was a blowout, I had a good time watching it. I'm not just talking about because of where I was at. I was at a VFW in East Whittier. Shout out to Whittier. It was cool. It was cool being there, but I enjoyed the game probably because it was so unexpected. Because what was happening was kind of like so surprising. I was unexpected. It was so unexpected.
I was kind of in shock, man, to see the score 40-6.
I was enjoying it. People are saying like, it sucked. It was such a blowout. I would not rank it up there with one of the best Super Bowls. I'm just simply saying that I enjoyed it because it was so unexpected. And I was waiting for KC to turn on the burners and catch up because I still thought they were going to win. Even coming out of halftime, it wasn't about to like towards the end of the third quarter where I was just like, wow, like, damn, that's it. Like, it's over. They're smoking a nice cigar with a Super Bowl trophy. Damn, man.
You know what? It's well earned too. He played one hell of a game.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll tell you this, man. They bring the they bring the camera and the mics to him, and he's just kind of like, he doesn't know what to say. His teammates over there, hey man, let him know. Trying to pump him up, and he's just like, yeah, all praise to God, which is good, which is great. But he's just like, yeah, all right.
You know what, man? At the end of the day,
He's not made for the mic.
at the end of the day, he's a football player, not a professional wrestler. You don't need to be good on the mic to be a football player.
It would sell his brand a little bit more if he could cut a good promo. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you don't have to cut a promo.
Ah, come on.
But I don't think we're gonna see him
How
on Monday
many-
Night Raw anytime.
How many? We can.
We could.
We could if we could cut a promo a little bit better. I mean, expand your horizon, guy. You know, I mean, how many people get to win the Super Bowl? Not many. So when they stick that mic and the camera in you on your face, you gotta let it out, man. But nonetheless, man, look, I'm actually kind of proud of the Eagles and proud of Jalen Hurts. I didn't give them a chance. I thought KC was going to smash them. But yeah, you're right. I mean, KC just barely won a lot of games, a lot of the ref ball that was going on. Just like the ref ball did happen in the Super Bowl, but nobody cares. Okay. I just thought I'd go ahead and point it out because I haven't heard anybody point that out except for this guy, because this guy is keeping it real. This guy right here is not all up in his feelings, but I still chose love.
Up in their feelings.
Okay. Let's talk about a few things, right? Okay, so they got rid of the end racism in the end zone, and they put choose love. Eric,
Right.
did you choose love? Because I was trying for it to work for me, but after the game, I still have hate in me. Like I hate mosquitoes.
Mm. Does anybody like mosquitoes?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, did you choose love? Do you love mosquitoes now?
You know what? Why did you just had to bring up mosquitoes? There was one summer when we moved, all right, and they left the door open, and I wound up getting mosquito bites all over my body, including the bottom of my feet.
They left the door open.
They left.
Yeah,
I didn't leave the door open.
No, I know it's they. It's always they.
It's they. I'm not gonna point fingers out or anything on who left the door open, but I had mosquito bites all over my entire body, man. So yeah, I hate mosquitoes. I don't really even see the point of why they need stuff in the end zone. What are we doing here?
I know what they should put at the end zone. Just win, baby.
Something like that.
Just win, baby. All right. Okay, that's a good question right there. Andrew's asking. Philadelphia, can they go back to back?
They have the talent. I wasn't super high on Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna be real, but don't belong in the Super Bowl. Oh man, that was a point proven.
That's a heartbreaker. I'm gonna get to that right now.
But I wasn't a huge Jalen Hurts guy. He did his thing in the Super Bowl, and he got the MVP, and rightfully so. He played a really good game, throwing the ball, using his legs when he needed to. If he could play like that consistently, yeah, they can. One thing is, Detroit, when they're going to be healthy, they're going to be scary once again. I mean, they were the first seed with an injured team. They're probably not going to be injured again. So you're going to have to play them at their best next year because, yes, they're still going to be a top team in the NFC. Packers, they kind of underachieved this year. I expect them to be better. Teams like the Vikings, I don't even expect them to be in the playoffs next year. Minnesota, I don't think so.
Well, then, okay, well, we talk about all of the NFC. No, there's enough room for them. I think they could make it in the playoffs.
Maybe a 7th seed. I don't know. The Vikings are but the Vikings are always fraudulent. They're always first round exits, no matter what. No matter how good of a season they have, they're always first round exits. Those are facts too.
Okay. Damn! Don't ever go visit Minnesota, man. They're not gonna like you over there.
Oh well.
Good gosh, I would like to go visit Minnesota one day. So remember, it's him. Don't leave me out of that. All right, so Taylor Swift is there. Okay, Taylor Swift is there.
Notice how he brings it up.
I mean, it was there. She was there, man.
And so
they booed the heck out of her. So we did not get to witness history. See, look at Kelsey's hair. I mean, if he just shaved it and had it short, okay. So we did not get a chance to witness history. We did not get a chance to see love because the proposal didn't happen. I don't know, man. We were kind of gypped on a lot of these things.
All right.
Well, you weren't looking forward to any of it.
No, I
Gosh,
has no
man.
significance to me. It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Travis Kelsey's plans did seem like they were ruined, which is why he looked so defeated at halftime. You know what, Andrew? You know what? I was just being nice. All right. I didn't want to say anything bad about the Cowboys. You know, I'm just playing. It just depends on who. I don't know about their head coach, but there's a lot to talk about the Cowboys. We'll get into that later on. But yeah, man. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. It really doesn't.
All right.
And maybe I just sound like such a hateful person.
I'm telling you, man, they need to really blow up those signs that say choose love so it could just, get into you, man. You're just like, your body language is just radiating just hatred, man. Gosh, it's hard. All right. The guy who sang the national anthem, the piano guy, who was that dude?
The guy from New Orleans.
Anybody know who he is? Okay. Somebody told me who he was, and I'm like, I don't know. I've never heard of him. They're like, oh, well, I don't know, he does a little bit of jazz or something like that. And I'm like, this is the Super Bowl. Like, this is not, hey, get some, local choir.
Here's where the hate's coming by from Cholo. This is the hate that we're talking about. Okay.
This is the Super Bowl, man. Like, this is this is America's grandest stage right here. This is not your time to get some sort of local artist or go get the high school choir or like, what's wrong with that? Not for the Super Bowl, man. Like, that is weak. That is weak. We got no time for you little amateurs. Get out of here, man. You got to bring in the big guns. You got to bring in the big dogs. I don't know who the hell that dude was. Nobody knew who he was. Somebody said like, oh, he's so-and-so. He's I think they said, I think he's from New Orleans or something. And I'm like, you're cheapening this thing already. We don't need your cheapness. Like, okay, for a regular game in New Orleans, if it were the Saints versus somebody, yeah, of course, bring all those people in to sing the national anthem. Not in the Super Bowl. This is America's biggest stage. You're going to bring in some local dude. You're going to go to a high school or something, get their choir. Like, no, man, you guys are way below us. You're way down there, okay? Work your way up.
You know what? Okay. My defense is what I think, okay? Maybe New Orleans wanted that because it's like, you know what? This is how we do things. This is kind of our style.
Cheap.
Let's show the country our style.
Let's show them nobody. Let's show them a complete nobody.
I'm not saying that it's cheap because I want to go to New Orleans. All right. It seems like a really nice city. All right. So he could be banned I could be banned in Minnesota. He could be banned from New Orleans. There you go.
Damn. I do want some gumbo though, man. Well, I don't know. Maybe Minnesota has some good food. I don't know. We'll see. But and we're gonna get to that too. I want to get to that too. But I just want to finish this point. Look, okay, Super Bowl. All right, Super Bowl. This is not your time to go get some little local artist that the rest of the country doesn't know. Like, no, man. No, this is the biggest stage of them all. You do that during the regular season. You do that, we live here, at SoFi for a Chargers or a Rams game. Get some, local rapper or something or singer or whatever. You do have experience.
I have experience singing the national anthem in front of a public crowd.
Yes, I was there. I watched and I kept my head down. Like, good gosh, man. Okay. Don't get that for the Super Bowl. Just get that. No, just get that for a regular game. Like, I was so unimpressed. I was extremely unimpressed. I'm like, nobody knows who the heck this dude is. I'm not even saying he did a bad job. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, two things before we move on. Okay, two things. One is you don't get a complete nobody on the biggest stage of America, all right, and to sing the national anthem. Like, I don't understand that. But second of all, you've heard me say this. I think the national anthem should always be sung by a woman.
I've heard you say that plenty of times.
So the time that you did it, you should have thrown on a wig or something.
Oh, wow. You know what, man? Just for this, I'm going to try to fill up my resume to be able to do the Super Bowl when they come back to SoFi.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you could get angry that for one, a man singing the national anthem, and for two, a nobody. Someone that nobody really knows in Chicago or something is singing the national anthem in the Super Bowl.
You got to get it. You can't get a Mariah Carey. You
So
can't.
you can lip sing it?
I don't know. I would prefer that. It's the biggest stage in America.
Yeah, I get you.
You put some that's older stuff, man. It's like beneath you. It's like, come on, man. Like, just all right. It's the Super Bowl, but you're already cheaping it. They got Tom Cruise. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, they got Tom Cruise to do a little soliloquy to pump up the game. That's what I'm talking about. You go and you get Maverick. All right, talk to me, Goose. So let me talk to you. That's what you do. You don't go get some dude that nobody's ever heard of because he likes gumbo and he's from New Orleans. He's playing the piano. Nobody knows who this guy is. Get Stevie Wonder. If you're gonna go down that route, who the heck is this dude? When's the next time you're gonna see him?
I don't know, man.
We're not.
I go to New Orleans.
We're never gonna see him. We'll never hear from this guy
see
again.
him.
It was so cheap. He did a
will
good job.
see
I will say
him.
that.
So then what's the problem?
It's the problem because he's not a star. This is the Super Bowl. This is the grandest stage of them all when it comes to the United States of America. You do not cheapen it with a complete nobody, man. Instead of Tom Cruise to pump it up, what if they got I don't know, some actor who's like on stage doing plays right now? I don't know. Exactly.
That's a little different. It's a hype package. That's a little different.
Okay.
All
right.
I don't know what's in his cool. I mean, he's only drinking
It's
water
different.
right now. He's only drinking water right now, so I don't know what he put in his water or anything like that. But talk about me hating.
But did you hear what he said? Oh, it's different, right? Just like that Tom Brady Snoop Dogg commercial when they're face to face. I hate you because you're different. I hate you because you look different than me. I hate you because you grew up in this neighborhood. Man, I hate the fact that we have to do this commercial. That brought a tear to my eye because I choose love.
Wow.
Except when it comes to mosquitoes. Hey, look, I forgot, man. Kevin Costner was there.
Sitting next to Pete Davidson.
Who would have thought that those dudes hang out?
I don't think you think they hang out, or you think they just Costner was just there and he just wound up sitting next to Pete Davidson?
I hope so, because honestly, I think Pete Davidson cheapens Kevin Costner stardom. Like, seriously, man. Like, that's Kevin Costner, man.
Everything's getting cheapened, apparently, man.
Oh, come on. Pete Davidson compared to Kevin Costner?
I'm not.
That's the Bodyguard, man. I can't see them hanging out. All right, man. Let's get to the halftime show. Man. Put your dad Kool-Aid. See, he thinks it's just water. All right. Let's get to the halftime show, Eric. All right. There's a lot of controversy going on.
Yeah.
Okay. I know who Kendrick Lamar is, but I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is. Okay. Like, I know I've heard his name. I've heard his music in the background, especially because of you. You're a big fan of his. But I couldn't name any songs. I don't bump any of his jams. Okay. There's some people that are saying, like, who was that? I'm like, okay. I don't listen to rap, especially today's rap, but I've heard who he is. I wasn't going to be like, oh, I don't know who that is. Okay. Now, there's a lot going on with the controversy on this.
I've seen a lot of it.
Okay. That was a disturbing commercial, by the way.
The seal commercial.
Seal as a freaking seal. That was so damn disturbing. I was hoping one of those orca killer whales would have ate him. All right. Okay. So a lot of there's different parts that's controversy, right?
Okay.
One is, I guess, overall, a lot of people saying that it just sucked. The performance wasn't that good. Without getting into the details, which we'll get into in a second, I'll give you my thoughts. My thoughts are, it seemed a little bit plain. Samuel L. Jackson there as Uncle Sam. I mean, I guess that was cool to a certain extent, but again, it's a Super Bowl performance. There wasn't a lot of bells, lights, whistle, not a lot of like, whoa, oh man, there wasn't. It's a Super Bowl performance, and it did fall a little bit flat for me, man. Not because I'm not really a big fan of that music or anything like that, but hey, there's the commercial I'm talking about. Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady. Real quick, who do you think will win a fight?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, they're face to face telling each other they hate each other. Tom Brady or Snoop Dogg?
I think Tom Brady might be stronger.
Dog. I think Tom Brady will beat the dog doo-doos out of Snoop Dogg. Like right now, oh, come on, man.
I was trying to keep things light.
Tom Brady will just snap Snoop Dogg's neck, man. Okay, but I thought the performance overall, I thought it was a little flat, man. There wasn't like a lot of, like I said, bells, lights, whistles, fireworks, anything that really was like, whoa, cool. Or, I thought it was a little bit flat. Overall, how was it for you?
I'm not gonna say it was the best Super Bowl halftime performance because I don't think it was. I like the music. Yeah, there wasn't really much to the performance. I'll say that. The American flag part was kind of cool, I guess. They had, I don't know if you noticed it, but the stage kind of looked like a PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool too.
I didn't notice it then, but I've seen videos afterwards and people point that out. Yeah.
So there were some cool things to it. Not the best, but I don't know. Maybe at the end of the day, he's a rapper. He's not really known as like a super crazy performer. He's more of just like a rapper. I don't know.
Should he have had like more surprises come out, like to perform with him?
Okay, see, that's the thing. So when Dr. Dre had his performance, right? He had multiple people there.
Yes.
With Kendrick, it was only him and SZA. So that's only two people as far as them actually performing. With rap or hip hop, I think as far as like a Super Bowl performance, I think it's better the way Dr. Dre did it, just having a whole bunch of people, even from different areas. I mean, he had Eminem from Detroit as well.
Yeah.
And
he had 50 Cent. Dr. Dre did from New York. Yeah.
Even though it was in LA.
Wild West Side, baby.
Just so, I don't know, because with rap, I feel like it's kind of territorial. Okay, so we're from the West Coast, right?
That's right. Where it stays wild.
Mainly listen to West Coast rap.
Yeah.
And with East Coast, I'm sure they mainly listen to East Coast rap. I'm not trying to make it territorial, but that's just the way rap is.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys, man. When they're face to face, I started asking people, who do you think would really win in a fight? Tom Brady will beat, man. Tom Brady will smash Snoop Dogg, man. Come on. Snoop Dogg smokes all that weed. He weighs like freaking 45 pounds at best with wet socks on. Man, Tom Brady will smash Snoop Dogg. Yeah, look, I think it fell a little bit flat for a few reasons. One is, the stage never really changed too much. He didn't really bring out anybody. Look, again, when it comes to that type of music of today, I'm a straight square with the most pointiest corners. Okay, when the chick came out, I'm like, who's that? And then somebody said Scissors. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm like, it's dangerous to have a pair of scissors out there. No, but yeah, I didn't know who she was either, right? So, or either, but I didn't know who she was. And I'm like, all right, cool, And I'm like, all right, unless you really truly enjoy this music, you're probably not digging the performance too well, right? Like, I don't have to enjoy the songs, but the performance altogether. I don't listen to Rihanna.
yeah.
I don't. I don't know her music. But she did a badass performance. What, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
2 years ago.
at in Arizona at the Toaster. And I said it. I said that was one of the best Super Bowl performances I've seen. Okay, I don't know her music. I can't name you songs. I don't bump her. I don't nothing. I don't know anything about her. I think she's like, I don't know, weird or whatever. Chris Brown bit her, didn't he? He took a bite out of her. But my point is her performance was badass. Where on this one, it was just like, it was kind of dry. But let's get into some of the controversy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So one is that it was all a shot at Drake. That I guess that girl SZA was with Drake. And then Serena Williams comes out doing the sea walk. And I didn't know it was Serena Williams. I'm like, is that Serena Williams? And then everyone's like, yeah, it looks like her. Because it didn't have the camera on her too long. She comes out, she's doing the sea walk. And I guess I heard this later. I didn't know this at the time. But I guess she was with Drake as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the Super Bowl, so the Super Bowl performance was a big shot at Drake. Is that what it was?
The last song was a Drake diss track. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, are you cool with that? Do you think that's a little bit petty? I mean, it's your Super Bowl performance. Are you really gonna use it to stir or to continue a beef or something?
Okay. There's a lot I could say about it. I'm not gonna say everything, because it could get a little political here, and I'm not trying to get too political. But what was I trying to say? Oh yeah. So the song, right?
Yeah.
The last song he played, or the second to last song he played, that's the most popular song that he's made in the past year.
Okay.
So a lot of people wanted him to play that song, and he wound up playing it. That's why he kind of teased it a little bit throughout the performance. Is he going to play it? Is he going to play it? That was kind of the question going into the Super Bowl, and he did. People were thinking, they're not going to let him perform it because some of the things that he says in that song or whatever, and he did it. And the crowd did get a little bit of a reaction from the sounds of it at some point. So, I mean, I don't hate that he played it because, again, it's his most popular song, I guess you could say right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, again, I'm not all in tune of the rap beefs or whatever. There was somebody, I was watching a boxing show earlier today, and they talked about the halftime performance. And then somebody left a comment there saying like, oh, come on, stop it, man. That was a great halftime performance. He dissed Drake and, he buried Drake and everything. I'm like, okay, well, unless you know that,
yeah,
you probably don't.
I agree.
Yeah, if you don't know that it's aimed, if you're not all up in the mix of like, oh, he's beefing with this person. If you're not in that mix, then it wasn't that great of a performance. Did you see that video of one of his dancers protesting with the Palestine flag?
Was it one of his dancers?
I don't know.
I don't think it was one of his dancers.
I don't know, but he was out there for a while.
Looked like he got chased down.
He did get chased down. I wonder if the people that chased him down and tackled him were Israeli. But that would have been something, man. But yeah, I saw that video. I'm like, oh damn, dude! It looked like one of his dancers.
I could have been.
It looked like one of his dancers, but I mean, I don't know. Another big controversy is that they were all black. That every single person on that stage, on that halftime show, was black, and that it was supposed to be like a big message, like some sort of protest or something. I don't know. To me, I'm like, all right. So if they put Eminem in there, would have made it better? I mean, you're a big Kendrick Lamar fan. What if they had you there, man, doing the Peter Parker dance? You had something to offer.
That's honestly, it's not. I don't really pay attention to that too much. It's really not that big of a deal to me. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
I think it okay. I think it's a big deal to the people that actually want to look for racist stuff. But here's what I would say. Here's what I would say to that. Okay. I would say that okay. Like the people that point that out would be the people that point out, like, hey, if everybody was all white on the stage or something like that, right? The what I would point out to that is if it was done intentionally, like, hey, let's make this all black, like on purpose. Like if I'm putting a show together, whatever, I'm not really thinking about race. But most of the people that I know are Chicano, but I'm not like saying like, let's put nothing but brown. Like, no, I mean, if I know people or something like that, and I'm putting it together, I'm like, the race is not gonna come to my mind. Like, hey, let's just put it together. And if it just turns out that way, it turns out that way. But if it's intentionally where I'm like, nah, screw that. We're keeping this all. Okay. Now I'm kind of like, well, all right. Now I kind of do take a little bit of issue with it. But outside of that, I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't really care. But what do you have to say about the anything else on the halftime show?
There's not really much else to say. I mean, there are people that are saying that they didn't understand the word he was saying.
Sound wasn't that good.
No, I don't know if it was that or they just didn't understand the word he was saying. I don't know what they meant by it. But, I mean, he's not a mumble rapper. I don't think it was, like, impossible to understand the word he was saying. Maybe he just has a thick California accent, which apparently we have accents out here.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I don't know. I understood what he was saying. I don't know. How did you see that?
I think the music was, I mean, no, he's not a mumble rapper, but maybe the music was kind of drowning his lyrics maybe a little bit. I didn't really see a problem with it, but at the same time, I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics too much. I was just looking at the performance. So that's why the performance to me was like, it was just all right. It was below average.
Do you think it was the worst? Because there's a bunch of people saying that it was the worst.
Oh man,
I'll say this: if it was Lil Wayne, I don't think it would have been better.
Ooh,
because then I don't think I would have understood what he was saying.
Okay, that's a rapper that I could say like I don't really understand what he says. I don't really know much of his songs, but every time I hear one of his songs,
he performed.
They all sound exactly the same.
He brought Jey Uso out at WrestleMania.
That's right. And I didn't understand what he was saying.
Okay.
I cannot understand what that dude says, man. So I got no idea. Yeah, I don't know if it would have been better or worse, but okay. Is it one of the? Is it the worst? Look, honestly, man, it will be somebody. It'll be somewhere down there. It's gonna be somewhere down there. In that section.
All right.
Down towards the worst. Yeah.
It's weird because there's a lot of people praising it, which, like you said, it's people that listen to either his music or just rap in general that really like this performance because they understood really what was going on and like what the songs were about too. But from an outsider's perspective, I can understand why you wouldn't like it. I could. So there you go.
All right. So we were robbed from seeing history. We were robbed from a proposal. We didn't get to see Love with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce because he's a loser. Apparently she was an Eagles fan. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay. Apparently she was an Eagles fan once upon a time, but now that she's with Travis over there. Okay, now she jumped ship.
So you're saying that Travis intentionally lost to make Taylor Swift happy?
I never made that correlation. Wow. Damn. Now I see. Now I see she has corrupted Travis Kelce. He's compromised. He is compromised. Damn, Travis. Another fallen soldier, man. Another fallen soldier. God. All right, so we didn't get to see that. We didn't get to see a good halftime show. I mean, where do you rank this Super Bowl at, man?
Well below average. Probably the second worst Super Bowl I've ever watched.
Okay.
Just behind the Broncos and the Seahawks one. It's weird because I can't rank
Peyton Manning's.
I can't rank my favorite Super Bowl of all time, but I can rank my two least favorite. This is one of them, and then the Broncos Seahawks was the worst one.
You know what, Andrew? I'll give it like a D plus. If we're talking about Kendrick Lamar, I'll give it a D plus, C minus ish. I'll give it somewhere around right there, man. I'll give it somewhere around right there. And by the way, I want to make it clear. I wanted him to do really good. Yes, am I into his music? Not really. But I wanted him to do real good because he's from the Wild Wild West Coast, man. So I was really rooting for him to put on a good show. So yeah, man. That was what number of Super Bowl was that?
59.
Oh, 59.
Good. We got Super Bowl 60 next February in Santa Clara.
Do one of these two teams get back to the Super Bowl? Which one is more favorite? Which one, if you had to put it right now, which one makes it back to the Super Bowl? KC or Eagles? All things considered. Divisions, conferences, all things considered.
Hot take, I don't think either of these go. But if I had to pick one, probably Eagles.
Okay.
Eagles, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's teams really rising in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's not much ref ball, I don't think the Chiefs would have been in the Super Bowl this year anyways. But yeah, man, I think if Joe Burrow and the Bengals mainly the Bengals defense, if they could get it together, they'll be a contender. If they could get it together, they'll be a contender. Because Joe Burrow's top 5 quarterback in the league. I mean, he had MVP numbers that nobody really paid attention to that because they were 9-8. Okay, so Bengals are still there, and they've beaten the Chiefs in the playoffs before. Teams like the Ravens, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're ever going to beat the Chiefs. Maybe I could see Buffalo beating the Chiefs, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, man. But you got the Texans as well. I think they'll be better next year. Maybe they hit a little bit of a sophomore slump this season. Yeah, man. I think the Eagles will probably be the more than likely. They'll just be having to deal with the Lions there. And who knows? Maybe the Niners. I don't know. If they could get healthy, they got Robert Saleh back as their defensive coordinator. They still have a good team. Okay, they were just really injured this year. If they could be healthy, if they could stay consistent, maybe they could be a top team in the NFC again.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the AFC, I mean, I still think the Ravens are freaking, like, honestly, man, I think they could go all the way. I do. I think the Ravens. I think the Bills as well. Which one's favorite to go back? I don't think KC gets back a fourth time. I don't, man. I don't. I think this took a lot out of them. And yeah,
it looked like it did.
Back to back sacks, man. Damn.
They looked tired in this game. They looked just like overwhelmed, defeated. That's what I saw. That's the Kansas City Chiefs team that I saw on Sunday.
All right, man. Well, okay. So now Andrew says KC, damn, they're going to make it back 4 times. It has happened. It has happened. I remember the Buffalo Bills made it to 4 Super Bowls straight. They didn't win any of them, but they made it there 4 times. Can you imagine that? 4-time AFC champions, huh? Nah. You got to hold that sucker up high, man. All right. So do you have our final records for the season or no?
Honestly, I'm trying to make this a little bit quick.
All right. Well, then I'll just pontificate for a little bit. What now, Eric, are you going to do for your Sundays now that football is gone?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Sundays are kind of wide open now. UFL starts in a couple weeks, so that should be cool. Like in 7 weeks, so that should be cool. As far as pick 6 stuff, I wound up with 60 wins.
Okay.
You wound up with 56.
Mm. Mm.
So we all know what that means. It means that the titles have switched hands once again.
All right. Well, listen. I just want you to know this before I hand it over. Okay. This is temporary.
Okay.
You just take care of this because next season is coming back to its rightful owner. All right. It's just, it needs to travel a little bit. That's all.
It's traveled every year so far.
Yeah. But it knows where its home is at. So it'll come back. I'll see you soon, baby. Don't worry.
This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh man. As far what are you guys gonna do on Sundays now? We're getting ready to wrap it up, but what are you guys gonna do on Sundays now? Me, myself, I have like a lot of things on Netflix. I'm gonna watch, and I'll probably go cycling or running or something. But I got a lot of things on Netflix I want to go ahead and watch. Cobra Kai's out. Maybe I'll binge it this Sunday. And the Daytona 500s this Sunday, man. So you know what? At least this Sunday. But Sundays moving forward, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, once you get into football season, it's like you forget what Sundays are like without football.
Yeah.
Man. Damn. That sucks, man. All right, let me see. We have spring training baseball in Arizona.
I gotta go to that someday.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. I keep saying that. I didn't know what that was. Liquid death. It's water, huh?
I guess so.
Oh, that's what people were telling me. I'm like, okay, they make it look like beer, but apparently it's water. All right. Any commercials that stood out to you that you liked, that you didn't like?
Not really. Not this year. It was just kind of bland.
Okay, yeah, I agree. And the ones that try to like freaking push stupid agendas, like to make us love one each other, like good gosh, man, kick sticks. But the one that I liked was gosh, man, what's the soccer player, the famous dude? He's retired now.
I don't know.
Oh come on, man, he's like the most. Shoot.
You know, I'll be back in
David Beckham.
I'll be back in a
David Beckham.
sec.
Okay. David Beckham had to stop congratulating him. He's over there, man. He's in the bathroom. Look, David Beckham, he had a commercial with Matt Damon, right? This one was good. And I think this one was good because the rest of them kind of sucked or try to, make you love your neighbor or something. I'm not gonna love my neighbor. Like, what? Get the heck out of here. Man, they're stupid dogs. They bark all damn night, man. So no. But David Beckham, he found out that he had a twin brother, right? He travels to America. His twin brother is Matt Damon, right? But it's Matt Damon, but it's not Matt Damon. Okay. So they're kicking it, eating some wings. He's showing them the American way. And he's all like, oh, so you're a soccer player, huh? You're a pretty big deal. He's like, yeah, okay. So you're famous. You're famous like Matt Damon famous? And he's like, no, more like Ben Affleck famous. And he's all like, what a shame. Like, I thought that one was good. I thought that one was funny, man. I thought that was funny. Well, they're congratulating.
Appreciate you guys. It'd be nice if someone else would acknowledge the champ.
I just did. I just gave you the.
All right. Very unenthusiastically, but I'll take it. All right.
I just don't want to show it, man, because it'll turn the lights on, man. So I'm so happy for you. I can't show it right now. Don't they call it like something on the internet? I forgot what they call it, but nonetheless, man, I'm like, just know I'm jumping for joy.
Okay. One last thing.
Yes.
What do you think about this new score bug here? They switch it I don't know if you noticed, they switch it every time network has a new Super Bowl. This was kind of bland. It kind of sucks too.
Mm,
There's nothing really popping out about it.
Yeah, it makes it look very 1970s.
I don't really like it.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this was kind of weak. I miss Budweiser Clydesdale. Oh man, you know, there used to be an old one of Budweiser where it was three frogs. They're kicking it on a pond. Bud, wise, Bud, wise, Maybe one day I'll show you that commercial.
Wow.
It was great. I mean, just the way I said it, it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. Three bullfrogs, man. All right, so Eric, what are you gonna be doing on this channel during the off season?
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. Last year, I didn't do anything. I didn't do much. Kind of had some things going on, but this year, I do plan on covering the UFL to some extent. Now I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do games. It all just depends. I have no idea what my schedule is gonna be looking like. All right. It was actually cool this year that I was able to do the Steeler games. That was cool. All right. Last year I wasn't really able to watch any Steeler games as far as it being live. Okay, so hopefully I could do some games. I could go live for some UFL games. I kind of had to learn some of the rules. They're pretty different from NFL. Not extremely different, but some of them are a little different. And yeah, it sucks that we don't have a team out here. I wish we did. I think the closest team is what? Is it San Antonio? So not very close to us. But I do plan on covering that to a certain extent. I don't know if it's just going to be weekly picks, going live or what, but we're definitely going to be covering that on this channel.
You be keeping up with news with Steelers, Raiders, Cowboys, Packers, anything that comes down? Any big major news?
I got a few things in mind.
Okay. All right. See, Andrew, you're old as heck. You remember it, man. I mean, you were around when they invented water. Yeah, the three bullfrogs. Bud, wise, It was riveting television. I'm gonna show you the commercial, man. I'm gonna show you the commercial. All right, we're gonna get out of here, man. What a season. Season totally, was it a good season for you, bad season for you? I mean, just not just as a Steelers fan, but just football wise.
Well, as a Steelers fan, it was terrible. Just to answer your question,
absolutely.
I had fun this season. Didn't get to go to any games, which kind of sucked. We'll be able to next year though, so that's gonna be cool. But NFL draft, I'm not like, I try to get into college a little bit this year, but I'm still not like a super college football nerd yet. So I still got to learn a lot more on the college football in order to keep up with the draft. But, you know, I'll try. We'll see.
And I will say, as a Steelers fan, there were some fun moments because I didn't have any hope for them. But ultimately, yeah, it's like, just don't give me any hope. Don't bring me up here just to let me down. Just, if you don't lift me up, I don't have to fall down. And that's what made it terrible, is that you lifted my spirits up just to let me down. So, yeah, as a football season, yeah, I mean, it was good. I can remember better football seasons, but yeah, it was really good. But that AFC Championship was like, with the exception, I really want the Bills to win. But other than that, man, oh well, there it is. Another season in the books. We have a new Pick Six champion here, and we will be back next season. You'll be here throughout the off season, letting you guys know what's up. I'll be back when, when they're ready to kick it off, man, and get into next season. But with that, I got to find something to do with my Sundays.
When the heat starts turning up, that's when you'll be back.
When the heat starts turning up, because right now it's cold.
And raining.
It's raining, yes. But when the heat starts turning up, yes, Andrew, older than sand, baby. All right. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
See you guys next season. Booyah. New champion.